Hello. Hello. Let me see if I'm... Okay, I think I should be getting audio now. Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay. I've got some crazy lag right now for myself personally, so I don't know if you guys are going to be having some lag between me, speaking and the video and the audio coming over. But welcome everyone, welcome back, my fellow disciples. We are going to be doing another art stream. We're doing the Wednesday art stream. If you're new here, hello and welcome. Hopefully you are having a good night. Typically for these streams, they're chill kind of draw along streams where I put on some background music and I work on some stuff that I'm working on, and we kind of just chill, chat, have some conversations, but really focus in on drawing and working on the projects that we are working on. So hopefully you guys enjoy your stay, and if this is stuff that you enjoy, then check back on Wednesdays. Of course you can subscribe and hit the notifications, all that stuff as well. But personally I just know like artists' schedule, so I'll check in when they typically do things. So I'm just giving you guys a typical schedule. Let me take a minute just to kind of get situated and oriented, so feel free to, grab your art supplies if you're going to be doing art tonight, or grabbing some snacks, whatever the case may be. Feel free, to get comfortable. Cool. Coming across loud and clear. Good. Yeah, let me just get myself situated first and take a sip of water real quick. And then we're going to talk about some announcements, and we're going to get into the drawing portion of it. So we're going to switch over to some chill hop radio. I was just playing some of my own music, and perhaps somewhere in the middle of the stream I can play more of my own music as well. But I like to have variety in my music. Unfortunately, I can't stream as much music as I would want because of copyright stuff, but I can do chill hop and I can do my own music, so hopefully that's enough, a good enough soundtrack for these drawing sessions. Okay, and I think I'm about ready to get started, so let's go ahead and get this thing going. Let me start off with announcements. For those of you new here, again, my name is Mega, aka the Art Messiah. I'm kind of transitioning into the Art Messiah right now and taking on that name, but I've just had Mega as a username for a really long time, since I was little, and making profiles on video game accounts, so that's where that comes from. Anyways, on this channel I talk about drawing and making comics, and I make tutorials for both, just as a reference for any inspiring independent comic creators that may not be able to afford school, or maybe just fellow artists that are looking to hear the experience of another artist. I'm working on a lot of skills myself personally, and so as much as it is teaching you guys, it is also about my journey as well, and just sharing my artistic growth and the practices that I do and why I do them, which ones I find most helpful, and really just giving people an inside look into what the behind the scenes of what an artist looks like. Today specifically, I want to work on some concept art for my story called Ignition, and basically for this session and for many of my sessions, I'm essentially trying to capture the essence of my characters and who they are and their clothing and the concept art. I'm basically establishing the characters and the setting and the world that is, currently, being worked on, called Ignition. And so I have the story and the script written out, and I just need some time off of work to be able to do some of the illustration to keep it going. You can find me on here, YouTube, of course, with all my tutorials. If you want to see more sketches, more behind the scenes type stuff, and like organizing the folders, check out my DeviantArt. And then if you just want to keep up with like the daily drawings that I'm doing, I typically try to like post a little bit on my story on Instagram. So those are the three main places. I'm on Facebook as well, but I'm not specifically there. So if you want to reach out to me or ever chat with me, Instagram and DeviantArt and YouTube are the platforms that I am mainly on when I have time. Okay, so for today, there is 3 things that I specifically want to work on. We're not going to be doing our gesture drawing session, which we kind of typically do. Today, we're going to jump into working on this pose right here. And then we're going to come up here and work on our concept art a little bit. We're going to try to add some colors. I'm going to try to add some colors to this right here. And then finally, we're just going to kind of mess around and create some like doodles and doodle type art. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and actually finally pick up my pencil, stop talking and introducing stuff. And let's go ahead and get this chill drawing jam started. Thanks for everyone who made it out or can make it out tonight, and to anyone that may come out a little bit later. I see some new faces. I am Dread and Mario Vale. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the last part of it right, so let me know. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. I am very project oriented, and so I am generally very curious about like the people that stop in, what kind of stuff they're working on. So if you don't mind saying, or if you're not working on anything at all, that's fine too. But if you don't mind saying, let me know what you guys are working on tonight. Thanks for the sub, Mario. There's supposed to be like an alert box for when someone subs, and it must not be working. I'm gonna do a test. Oh no. Okay, so that seemed to have worked, but maybe it's not capturing the data from YouTube. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. But yeah, let me know. What are you guys working on? What are you guys working on tonight? Or in general, if you guys are working on, whatever it is you're working on. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Okay, so I'm working on this pose, and I'm going to talk you guys through it as I kind of work through it, so you guys can understand a little bit about my process, okay? Okay, so what I currently have is something that I have drawn from my imagination, and you can see how sketchy it is and how loose it is. When I'm drawing from imagination, I try to be as loose as possible and take things in steps to refine it. So the part that I'm at now is that I feel really happy with the pose. I feel like it's dynamic. I feel like it's working in terms of the gesture. And we kind of come to a difficult place at this point because hold on, actually, one second. So I'm testing things out. Let me see what folder this belongs to. So there's more stuff in this folder as well. That is okay. We're gonna draw on top of this. Okay. So now that I get the general gesture and I'm feeling pretty confident about it, what I personally like to do is come in here and try to use that mannequin that I was talking about in my channel tutorial about how everyone has their unique mannequin, basically, that describes the basic form, the basic volume of the body without any muscles or anything too detailed. And that's what I want to do right now, because since this pose was made from my imagination, I imagine that there might be some things that are off, some body parts that don't look right. And also, prior to this session, I asked some people for some feedback as well. So this is a great way to kind of incorporate feedback. Some people might say things that you disagree with, but I would honestly take every piece of advice into consideration and see if there is a problem there. And some people pointed out some great things, such as the forearm needing to be longer, so we'll work on that a little bit. And then also making sure that this knee is as pronounced as possible, and making sure there's not so much clutter around here. And the same thing with this hip. Make sure that this hip is clearly visible, so the people looking at it can get a clear read on what the pose is. Also, what I want to point out, and I think I've already done a good job about this, but silhouette is very important, and to make sure that things aren't overlapping too much. So look how this silhouette that I've created basically kind of reads nice. Even if you don't have internal detail, we can see what's going on. Okay? So make sure your silhouette does look really good. Hey, what's up, Aquamarine? I'm pretty sure I remember you from last time, so how's it going? Give me 1 minute. I need to reply to some comment. Okay. So yeah, I just want to explain the outline thingy a little bit. One thing that I want to also point out right now is that, let's see if I can make this go like that. Perfect. Can you draw a modern Sonic? Well, I'm focusing on too many things at once. Let me simplify. Let me first talk about this, then I'll go back to comments. So basically, what I want to do is I want to apply my mannequin to this to make sure all the body parts make sense together before I add the anatomy. And I think the thing that I was going to do was that I'm going to explain this pose. This person is actually not sliding forward. He's riding on like a skateboard kind of device. okay? And it's a jet board, so he's kind of flying through the air. And we'll kind of get into that. But anyways, he's flying through the air, he's coming towards us, and so we got some extreme foreshortening. This is a very dynamic pose. This is something that can be quite challenging to get right. And as you guys probably already know about me, I really like dynamic poses, and I really like practicing them and drawing them. And this is one from imagination. So now we need to come in, we need to clean things up, and we need to really define these lines. They were just sketch lines before, but now we really need to make sense of it. So that is what we're going to be doing right now. Aquamarine Dragon says, can you draw a modern Sonic? I was drawing a Sonic. I wasn't drawing a modern Sonic, but I can draw a modern Sonic. I'm just probably not going to do it right now. Here, let's go ahead and turn this on and maybe bring this over here for the fun of it. For all my random doodles. This is my doodle page right now. Okay, this is my little Sonic. I could draw all of the Sonics if I would like, but I'm focused on creating my own world and my own story. So I do fan art, just not as often as I draw original characters and original stories, because that's where my focus is at. That's where my passion's at. So yeah, exactly, just like Sonic Riders. I never owned the game, but like I remember when they would have like, you know, demos of GameCube games at Walmart and stuff. Like you could play on those TVs. I don't know if you guys remember that. you would low-key be breaking your neck trying to play all these games, because they'd have, you know, you would sit there with the controller, but the screen, they used to have the TV screen right above where the video game cases were, so you literally had to tilt your head like 90 degrees to see the monitor, to see what it was you're playing. And after about 5 minutes, you felt like your neck was gonna snap off. Okay, so we are in here now. So there's actually something I'm gonna do. I'm gonna duplicate this layer, and I'm actually going to make this front foot, believe it or not, even bigger, and this whole leg, because again, this is an extreme perspective, and I really want to make sure that is sold, that people really feel this leg kind of coming towards them. Okay, so we're gonna make this bigger and bigger, just like so. And we're gonna do something just like that. Okay, and we're going to Control T. So that's good, but we're just gonna drag this back out a little bit. Okay, and I actually really like that change so far. So this is what it was before, and this is what it is afterwards. Okay, so we're gonna do a really quick draw over. Also, are you working on anything tonight, Aquamarine? You got any drawings that you're working on, or projects that you're working on, schoolwork? What's good? What are you guys working on tonight? Okay, I want to switch to a bigger brush for this study, I think. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, I think it's from my laptop speakers or my laptop microphone, so that's probably not going to sound so good. It's
Todo flexi con mi chica, dando vueltas pica pica. Estoy usando la varita, mientras todo dinamita. Todo flexi con mi chica, dando vueltas pica pica. Estoy usando la varita, mientras todo dinamita. Sueño más de lo que debo, despego, quemo eso, subo al cielo. Pero arriba no me encuentro nada nuevo y luego acabo todo tirado por los suelos. Quería subir para no bajar, con cara de póker grabando el track. Soltarme unas barras y poco más, sin imaginar lo que podría pasar. Siempre sonrío con lo que pasó mi pana. Estoy matando monstruos con la hawaiana, volando en posiciones raras. El peso de
hello.
mi alma en una dana.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can y'all hear me? Alright, we're gonna see if that works. I don't know if that kicked everyone off and if that restarted the stream, so leave a comment if anyone's still here.
Veo la vida como Dalillo, soy quien soy, yo no pienso huir, aunque tenga que subirme al ring, aunque busques el significado del amor en Google. Tú dime que me quieres.
Okay, yo, what's up? Okay, good. Alright. Looks like we're back in action a little bit. I have no idea when I cut off, but I feel like I said a lot of stuff, and y'all didn't hear any of it. I feel like that's a running thing for this stream so far. Like, I'll either forget to turn my mic on or my mic is having issues. But anyways, how's everyone doing now that I am actually audible? I was like asking question stuff and like asking people questions and stuff, and I didn't know that you guys couldn't even hear me, so that is on me. Alright, it's all good, we are in here now. The gist of it was explaining some of my thought process behind changing things, and I was also thanking Kage for the recommendations, the suggestions, the feedback, the critique, because we're putting that to use. I also noticed some other mistakes with the anatomy in the form, and I still don't think it's perfect, but we are just gonna go with it, because what I was saying before is that sometimes you just have to finish a piece even if you're not 100% confident with it, because you can come back to that piece when you're a little bit more knowledgeable, and then you're gonna be like you're gonna see where the mistakes were, and it's honestly a good feeling knowing that you've improved and you can track that improvement, because you can feel the frustrations that you have the first go around, and then when you can tackle something with confidence and it's not like a fluke that you made a good drawing, then it feels really good. So just, keep finishing pieces and working through things. Hey, what is up, Ray? Is there a reason you prefer YouTube over Switch? Not a particular reason. I guess the main thing is that I was already on YouTube and I was already doing tutorials, and so it was like the setup was much easier. I do have a Twitch, which you probably can find through my profile or something like that. my idea was that if I do alright streaming on YouTube, then I will try to possibly stream in both locations, because I know Streamlabs you can do that, but it's like a paid for thing. So I'm gonna wait on it because I don't want to pay for it yet. But I guess I can talk a little bit about the pros and cons of each if you're like interested in streaming, and you know you would want some feedback on, you know, what's the best place to be. One of them days, huh? Damn, hate to say it. Yeah, it's one of those days. Whenever you're dealing with technology, you're gonna run into some technical difficulties, and it sucks trying to troubleshoot things, get everything to work, so you can just literally just focus on the art and focus on what it is you're supposed to be focusing on. Like, sometimes I hate computers because of that. Yo, what's good, Ocean? Hello. How you doing? Also, how you doing too, Brandon? I don't know if I asked or not. How's everybody doing in the chat? Since apparently I was asking people as people were coming in, but apparently people couldn't hear me. So how's everyone doing? I'm lying down, but gonna get up again soon, I guess. I'd like to hear your take. Sure. Yeah, I'll give my take. It's gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna be rambling. I'm gonna be honest, because that's just how it is, kind of streaming. And I'm getting a little bit more confidence as I stream more and more. But like, I know some of you guys already stream, so you know what it's like to be drawing and trying to focus on the drawing, and like also like share your thoughts at the same time, and keep track of the chat, and you know, keep track of the music, and if your mic is getting broken. So it is not easy to try to manage everything and focus on everything, but we're gonna give it a shot, and I'm gonna try to respond to that and follow up with that. Also, am I speaking loud enough? Alright, so anyways, Twitch versus YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and just give a warning that I don't have, honestly, that much experience streaming on Twitch so far. I have done a few streams on Twitch, and I've kind of got a layout for the land. I watch other streamers on Twitch when I'm not streaming and I need some background stuff. But here's the first thing that comes to mind between the differences. On YouTube, I'm going to start with the pros here, is that on YouTube there's a little bit more discoverability, meaning that if people don't know about you, like to begin with, like they don't know your name, they don't follow you on Instagrams or wherever you're at on social media, so they can't possibly know when your next stream is gonna be. They still may have a chance of coming across your stream, because in my personal experience, YouTube has done a better job at providing a little bit more promotion for like a smaller artist, and I've literally kind of just started to grow this channel in like the past like year, 2 years type of thing, and I've had a little bit of success at connecting with people and kind of growing a little bit, of an audience. It's still nothing crazy, but whenever I streamed on Twitch, I don't have a following there, and it was hard to try to get people to be there without having a large social media presence, you know. And so I wouldn't have anyone watching while I streamed, which is okay, because even sometimes here on YouTube there won't be people here as I stream. It's mainly for me, like, accountability for myself, that I am drawing on Wednesday, and that I'm getting, more comfortable expressing my craft while being able to talk about it. I feel like that's an important skill for me to have. It's not an important skill for all artists to have. It's not necessary or essential, but with me wanting to have a little bit of my hand in kind of like the education side of things, because ultimately that kind of helps me break down art and stuff like that. Streaming, it gives me that opportunity to do so. So regardless of Twitch or YouTube, and regardless if I had an audience or either, I would still do it. But I think YouTube has a little bit better discoverability. I have discovered some artists on Twitch using like the search thing, but most of the people that I check in for their Twitch streams, I already knew them outside of Twitch, so I'm imagining it would be the same for me, trying to have anyone show up. So another pro for YouTube is that again, I was already on here, right? And so I already have a whole bunch of videos, and so basically this kind of keeps everything in one place. On Twitch, your videos are deleted after a while. People can make clips of your stuff and then they can stay around for a little bit longer, but in general I found that like YouTube is better to have a portfolio of videos, and Twitch is more so about like, okay, well, I'm streaming now, so like make sure you show up for the stream, because it may not be available later. And on YouTube, I feel like I can archive everything, and it's a little bit more, I guess, kind of like put together for me. So I think in the future I will probably always use YouTube, but I might use Twitch as a not as a backup, but kind of like a mirror on there as well, because for some people it's easier for them to just keep up with Twitch streams, and they don't really like to use YouTube like that, and sometimes it's the vice versa. So it would be basically a way to just cater to what everyone kind of likes to use and likes to be on. I'm really struggling with this foreshortening right now. We're gonna try to make this work. Let's see. I'm working a little bit too close is part of the problem. But yeah, Brandon, yeah, definitely I think natural discoverability for me personally. How many of you guys in the chat have streamed before or have interest in streaming? Either of the two. Like, I am a strong supporter of either creating like process videos or things like that, even just like for your own sake, because there's so many times where I legit go back to my own videos and I'm like, in what style was I drawing and why was I drawing like that then? And seeing a quick process video kind of gets me back into my own drawing process, because like sometimes I can get overwhelmed with everybody else's art and drawing processes and stuff that I forget that, you know, I'm developing something distinct to me. I wonder if double streaming would be worth it, or just picking and choosing your battles. You know, I don't know, but we're gonna experiment. And I guess we're gonna see if it's more important to focus in on one or do both. When I've seen artists do both, I haven't really seen any negatives to it. I think the hardest thing, if you're gonna stream on both sites at once, you have to keep track of more chats. So I feel like that'd be really difficult as you get a little bit bigger. You gain a little bit more of a following, and then like the chat's going crazy. But I mean, if you think about it, even if you only stream on Twitch and you're a bigger streamer and you have a bunch of followers, it's still hard to keep track of everything. So I can't foresee any like specific challenges as to why you shouldn't try it out. At least see what happens. I wish Picardo took off. Ooh, that's another one. It hasn't taken off, but it definitely is still around. And I have an additional thought about Picardo, but yeah, maybe I'll save it for another time. But I like how Picardo is specifically for artists. And so again, I think that might help with some of that like natural discoverability. Yeah, we were kind of talking about here. Because people are going on that mainly to see art and not necessarily gaming, which as you guys know, like that's, you know, kind of Twitch's bread and butter, so to speak. So I think there's potential, and with anything, it's like it depends on the artist and the consistency, and it's like people that like your art will follow you whatever platform it is that you choose, but you just have to be consistent and like stick with that same platform so that people always know what to come back to. And if you expand to other places, then that's cool as well, but keeping some kind of consistency is key. Obviously experiment, see which place kind of works best for you, see where your audience is at, and try to be there, but try to stick to one. Or I shouldn't say stick to one, be consistent with at least one. And kind of keep on expanding where you are from that. And you know, honestly, I think that goes with, you know, posting anything, even just like posting art. It doesn't have to be videos. Being really consistent with one first before you move on to the next, because a lot of people set up a whole bunch of different social media things, and then it's like they're overwhelmed, and it's like they can't possibly keep up with all of them, and they never really learn one to its fullest, and then it's like, yeah, you run the risk of just being a little bit overwhelmed at that point in time. Flipping your canvas works wonders when I find something that doesn't work, like foreshortening. You know, that is a good point. And also, I'm going to flip my canvas right now that you mentioned it, because I haven't flipped the canvas in a while. And I feel like I'm going to find a lot of stuff that's going to be off now. Thank you for reminding me. Also, Kage says, I want to stream very soon. Okay, well, let's do it. Let's see it. I mean, that is going to be a lot of fun when the entire collective is all streaming. I am looking forward to that. Looking forward to that day. So, good luck with the setup and everything. Are you thinking about doing like a digital setup or traditional setup? Brandon says, I love streaming. It just takes so much energy for me. I'm gonna have to agree with that one. It's kind of exciting to kind of, you know, get everything set up for stream, and like you're creating the thumbnail, and you know, it's a little bit like a performance, right? Because you're like doing your craft in front of other people. So it's like, it's both. It kind of gives you a little bit of energy because you're like stepping outside your comfort a little bit, and it's like you're being put on the spot a little bit. And then like at the same time, that's what kind of makes it so draining as well, is that you are stepping outside your, you know, your comfort, and you're not just like in your own little zone, like you're also interacting with people. But there's also, you can approach streams in different ways. Like some people don't even talk at all, and they just stream their work, and you know, people still come through because they simply want to see that artist do their thing. So and I think I might actually do that in the future sometimes, is that like literally just have some streams where it's just the music and just the drawing. That happens during these streams too. Like sometimes I'll just be like, alright guys, like I'm gonna focus for a little bit. A good mod team would definitely help. Ooh, that's another thing. I don't have any moderators. I'm very much like, yeah, I'm just running everything myself, and like I'm not doing a Discord or anything like extra. It's literally just kind of me, you know, taking charge of everything, and so I have to kind of moderate the chat as well. But the nice thing is that I don't really have to worry about you guys, so that's nice. And also, yeah, the people that come through are just all good people, all good energy, all good vibes. So yeah. But yeah, it's a big thing to gotta figure out for sure. This pose is weird. It's like working and not working at the same time. There's parts of it that I'm really liking, parts of it that feel off to me still. And this is what it's like drawing from imagination for me currently at my skill level, is that it's still a lot of trial and error. And I know that's only going to get better with time, but we are out here working on it. We're out here working on it, guys. The social interaction is what drains me, to be honest. I love it, but I'm an introvert, like a mofo, but I love talking art. I can relate wholeheartedly to that. I don't really know how to describe my personality type, but I definitely like being an introvert. I like being at home, but then there's some times when I want to go out and like be active and stuff like that. And then I don't know, I'm still not a big talker, but when it does come to art and to like writing and I guess stuff that's kind of like creatively related or something like that, then I kind of get some energy talking about it if other people are excited about it. You know, like if it's just me excited about it, then I'm gonna run out of energy really quickly. But like I really like the Discord chats we have, because it's like everybody, you know, wants to be there and wants to have those conversations and are excited about it. And like it drains my social battery for sure, but it's like it's actually one of those times where I'm pretty excited, I'm pretty pumped, and I feel like afterwards I'm just more inspired to like work on my shit. Oh, I might have to bleep that. No cussing on this channel. This is kid friendly. And streaming helps me not think so much usually. Actually, starting with quiet streams might be a really good idea. I would give it a shot. I mean, as someone that watches art streams myself, like I am most curious about the process, and also sometimes it's just nice to kind of draw along with someone, even if it's after the fact. But that's the value that I get from streams. Some people really like streams because they like the, you know, social aspect of it for sure, and they like kind of come to be entertained by jokes and stories. I'm not that kind of person. I don't have jokes or story or any tea to spill or any gossip or anything like that. And so I could see myself doing quiet streams, and I personally enjoy watching quiet streams, you know, while I work. Okay, so this leg back here has a lot of issues, and I'm getting to see more of them now that I have this canvas flipped. So thank you for the person that reminded me. Let me scroll up. Who was that again? Ray. Thank you, Ray, for reminding me to flip my canvas. Again, that is really good technique to kind of get some fresh eyes on your drawing. A lot of the time you're going to be looking at this same piece for a while, and it's going to look right to you, but in honesty it doesn't look good. Or in actuality it doesn't look right. So we're going to flip back, see what we're working with here. I'm going to go ahead and take off my under sketches. Leave this one on for a second more. So I'm still kind of working out the design of this device. I'm not gonna lie, but we're just gonna make something up for now. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, podcasts would be a really cool thing. Also specific, or I shouldn't say specifically, but I feel like you got a good pacing to the way you talk, Brandon. So I can see that being a good fit, a good fit for you. If that was something that you were interested or remotely interested in. Me and our buddy on Instagram, his name is King Tenta. We were kind of going back and forth if we wanted to do kind of like a podcast type of thing together. Simply because we had a lot of stuff that we thought would be interesting to discuss, and we're at a very similar place and experience with art right now, and I feel like there's not a lot of good art. Well, there's good art podcasts. The Draftsman, it was one of the better ones in my opinion. Yeah, had some good topics that they covered on there. Some that weren't the best, but I like the one that they were talking about how to structure your own art classes, or your own art education type of thing. I feel like that was a very helpful step by step and just realistic, logical kind of way to go about it. Yeah, you should definitely do it, Brandon. How do you draw items and objects that people hold and interact with? The best way to approach that is, let me kind of zoom in on this. Maybe start with the item first, right? So you know what space you're kind of working with, and then try to figure out how the hand would wrap around it and interact with it. And I'm going to tell you right now, the best way to learn and do that is through reference. Like, get reference of a similar item. It doesn't have to be the exact item that you're trying to draw, but a similar item, right? And hold it, see how your, fingers, excuse me, how your fingers wrap around with it, interact with it. And I think I've shared with you guys before, but there's a website called Quick Poses. And you can draw specifically hands, and they have hands that are also interacting with stuff such as scissors, weapons, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, if that's not enough reference material, take your own reference pictures and go off of that. But yeah, the best way to learn that is just by practicing it. Don't practice from your imagination to start. Maybe do, like, try it, and then realize what is not working, right? And then go and get your references and study and study and study and study some more, and then study some more after that. Because drawing hands is already hard, right? And then drawing the hands holding something can be even more of a challenge. So don't underestimate it. Don't feel bad that you need to rely on a reference, because that's just what you got to do. That's what you got to do first and foremost. So get out there, get your references. When I create hand tutorials, let me not make any promises on these streams, but I plan to, I don't want to show you guys just how to draw something. I want to show you guys how to actually utilize it and apply it. So when you're drawing your comic pages, like, you know what I mean? You can apply this information. It's not just like, you just know it for the moment and then it's no good anymore. It's like, no, I want you guys to be able to, and for those of you that already, can do that, I'm not necessarily referring to you. But we're all working on this stuff and trying to get, better. And that's the way to do it. And my tutorial would be aimed at how to not only practice studying how to draw the hands, but okay, now we actually want to apply it to a comic page. You want to apply it to a comic. How can we make this information useful so that way you can take your own references, or maybe not even use references because you understand how the hand works at that point in time. That's my goal. Okay, so I'm not gonna really talk about folding clothes folds, but just think a little bit about the energy and the pose and what's kind of going on here to help you inform you how to do these folds. But fold clothes is another thing that comes through study, but there are some general principles. So if this character is, say, moving in this direction, then the clothes are going to basically resist the change, and so the clothes are going to flow in this direction, all of them. And the same thing with the hair as well. So the hair is going back this direction because the character is moving forward, because all of those things are static and they're being pulled. So just always try to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you're drawing clothing and clothes folds. It's going to be something really important for you guys to keep in mind. Okay. Dude, quick poses is so good. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is. I've been using that website since like junior high. Maybe, yeah, probably junior high, like high school. I forgot the artist that put me onto it, but it was a YouTuber. And I was like, okay, so this is how I can like practice drawing poses. Like before that, I was kind of shooting in the dark and trying to draw from imagination and try to draw these mannequins and stuff. But like when I started doing gesture drawing, I figured out an alternative way. I shouldn't say alternative, but just an additional way to practice, and it ended up being a very essential practice for me to understand the human body and anatomy. Alright, so I'm having a little bit of trouble for this jacket fold. We're gonna figure it out, but I'll give myself a second to kind of think about that. Just drawing this hairline really quickly. You're welcome, Platinum. Alright, I am going to be just kind of focused on drawing for a second because I'm trying to figure out this jacket situation. It's one of those things where you have to have a critical eye and kind of think about this a little bit deeply. When I first started this sketch, I was not expecting what was I not expecting? Oh, I wasn't expecting to clean it up this clean, but it's whatever. See, I'm telling you, it's a sign. It is a sign, Brandon, because the reason that I wanted to do the podcast was just to put people on, like, information and stuff. And, like, I feel like you got a lot of good info, got a lot of good experience. That's something I would tune into. That is something I would definitely tune into. I feel like a slow artist, guys. I don't know about you, but I just be wishing I could draw faster. Like, okay, these hands are kind of annoying me that they're so not defined. And actually, we're gonna do something here. That is actually okay-ish. I just want to show a little bit more of okay. Getting back to the sketch roots, which is what this is supposed to be. This character design is dope. I think I said dupe. I meant dope. I'm getting tired. I'm not sure which one I said, but this character design is dope. Thank you, Brandon. This is my main character, Elijah. Kind of aged up a little bit. Both this pose and the one right here. And here's like the younger version that we kind of meet him at. So yeah, there's definitely gonna be a lot of room for character growth, but I kind of like to just try things out while I'm sketching, and I like to give myself the freedom to change character designs, age them up, age them down, just try different things. And I actually think that's kind of a good thing to do, to kind of get comfortable with your characters. It's almost like how people will do like character, I think they're called like questionnaires maybe, and they like learn more about a character. Well, these are kind of like drawing versions of that, where it's like you're learning a little bit about like the visual, like how this character looks visually, which can be extremely helpful, like in your story, to really understand how your character is gonna develop visually throughout the whole narrative. As well as it can be a chance to explore some different costume designs, and then maybe your character isn't wearing the same thing every day. But yeah, this is kind of a way for me to get a little bit more comfortable with drawing my characters. as well as getting to be a little bit better as an artist. Just working on poses and drawing from imagination. Oh wait, should I keep my chatting PG? Might be. What do you mean? I don't remember you saying anything that wasn't PG. Maybe I missed something. Fill me in. Fill me in. What time is it? 10:04. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to probably call it quits here soon. Unfortunately, there was a lot more art that I wanted to get to, but sometimes you're not able to get to everything that you want to do, and that's fine. That is all that I can do for this session, and so as you can see, last week we were working mainly on this stuff and then on this stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna keep that going, you know what I mean? Where we keep on sketching and filling in our sketchbooks. And again, this was one of my New Year's resolutions, was to just sketch more. And I'm actually having a lot of fun just being able to be loose and do sketches. That's smart. I like to do movement profiles for the same reason. Just drawing characters taking different actions, slow and fast, trying to find the rhythm. I dropped an F-bomb earlier, LO. I don't remember seeing that. Yeah, we'll try to keep it PG. When complaining that I didn't want to do anything tonight, it's all good, dude. Okay. Yeah, no worries. I think, I honestly think everyone is more than old enough here. I don't think I have any young viewers, but we'll keep it PG here if we can. But you're good. You are totally fine. So I was just sketching around randomly with this. Kind of working with shapes a little bit. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and wind down here. Really wish I could stick around for longer, get some more stuff done, but we are gonna have to call it for the day. Again, appreciate everyone that came out to chill and, you know, potentially to work on their own things. As I'm working on stuff. It's always a good vibe, always a good time. I feel like I always get a lot of stuff done when I do these, so gonna do more in the future for sure. More streams in the future. Okay, so yeah, I stream every Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST. I am typically a little late, but I try to make it every Wednesday if I can, to get some streaming, get some drawing in, and to chat with everyone. Again, you can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on DeviantArt as well. So if you would like to see more artwork, that's where you can find me. Or if you ever want to chat, hit me up. That's where to find me. And yeah, I think that's gonna be just about a wrap for this. I want to redraw this hand really quickly. Sorry, this is the thing with drawing. It's like you'll see something and then you immediately want to fix it, and then you're like, I was supposed to stop, but then just this one last thing. Just this one last thing. Okay. So here we go. Here's the final look for the piece. So far, I am going to be adding probably a little bit more at some point in time, but overall, pretty happy with how it's coming out, and I am so grateful for all the feedback, encouragement, and critique. So again, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and any other parting words? Let's see. Yeah, just hope you guys have a good night. You know, enjoy drawing. Take it easy. And then, yeah, peace and deuces. Until next time, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. See ya, Brandon. See ya, Kage. See ya, Ray. See ya, Ocean. And anyone who else still may be in the chat. Mario, I Am Dread, and Aquamarine, Sizway, Hana Blue. Thank you everyone for coming out for a little mini stream. Peace.